I'm Seán Finnan from the Limerick Post. Here are the top 3 stories in the week. Limerick Port Shannon Foynes posted a 2020 report in which the Q4 showed a strong finish to the year even with COVID and Brexit. The overall year saw a decrease of 1.9% in overall trade. The port officials said that Brexit had little or no impact on trade in 2020. As even in the most conservative expectations are still on track to meet their goals set by 2041 in developing the port into a deep sea hub and a major port in Europe, but are dependent on other infrastructure works such as rail networks and roads being built in order to facilitate their growing stature. In other news, a rugby interactive experience detailing the history and current state of rugby is to be opened in Limerick City. This €30 million project was halted during the pandemic due to construction limits, but with now those limits lifted, this project, funded by Limerick businessman JP McManus, is now set to employ over 150 people in construction and services. The aim of the project is not only to attract tourists to Limerick and increase revenue, but also, in the words of Limerick and Irish legend Paul O'Connell, to attract more people to the sport and help people in impoverished communities by true sport. In other news this week, indoor hospitality opened for thousands of pubs across the country, for some pubs for the first time since the start of the pandemic. New guidelines for the opening of indoor hospitality means that new customers have to present their COVID cert as well as their close contact detail. But other guidelines such as the table limits and the pre-booking have now been lifted, and while masks remain recommended for all customers, they are still obligatory for all staff. The Vintners Association of Ireland said the policing of these new guidelines will be impractical as staff are not equipped to record details and to sieve and quality check all documents of all customers, and have made it clear, as they have done so many times throughout this pandemic, that this is the point of no return. And lastly, Limerick Independent TD Richard Donoghue has brought forward legislation to bring forward a metering system to monetise the water siphoned from the Shannon to Dublin. This legislation will essentially tax 350 million litres of water siphoned from the Shannon to Dublin in order to meet their water shortages. The aim of the monetisation is to reinvest that money back in Limerick infrastructure, most notably the Irish water supply and infrastructure, and most notably drainage into Limerick towns and villages. A standard of water supply that the Taoiseach Micheál Martin has agreed is completely unacceptable. Irish Water responded to Mr O'Donoghue saying that with suitable investment and time they will be able to fix all concerns, but O'Donoghue responded saying that Irish Water was a complete and utterly failed entity. I've been Seán Finnan from the Limerick Post. Have a good afternoon, evening or night.